Anaya Perek, the third Perek in the Masechet, what's called Ein Tzodi. Big Yesoidus in Ilchus Yom Tov, this Perek. So let's start the Perek and take it as well. We mentioned that the big Machloikas, the joining from when there's an issue of Meloche, from when there's a heter of Oichel Nefesh on Yom Tov, only Milisha Veirach, as you can see what Hashem today, or where do we see it from? Talk the Mishnah. Let's start the Mishnah. Ein tzodin dogin min ha biverim. What means biverim? Biverim means the was special special ponds of water. What this was handmade. And over there they come and they grow fish. Also today, there's a lot of sidaz today also. It's called brechot dagim, and today the pool specially made for fish. So ein tzodin dogim min ha biverim beyom. Why? Because you already could come and do the tzeder on Erev Yom Tov. And you put over there a bear of water, right? You do the tzeder. You don't have to kill them Erev Yom Tov because fresh fish probably is better than not fresh fish. So you could come and take them into a bucket of Yom Tov, and you could come and take it also without tzeder. The same thing also is like the Mishnah Weiter, ve'ein noisi lifnei mezoinus. That means you don't put in front of the fish food on Yom Tov. Why? Because they could find them food themselves inside over there. That means special places where they are kept, the chayav ve'oifes, you could come and take. Why? Because we call it nitzoidim ve'oimdim. It's really tzeder. It's like ain't tzeder achar tzeder. Yeah, lashon mushel from main bishul achar bishul. It's really v'noisi lifnei mezonos. Why? Because they don't find the mezonos when it's the winter. It's very difficult for them to find the food, or even in the summer. The place where there is over there, lots of people are walking, and it's not growing over there, right? Any grass or things that they could eat. That means he comes to speak about the heter of tzeder and chayavoy. That he says not the same, all of things the same. Kol hamechusar tzeder, kol hamechusar tzeder daf chov daled amud alef, kol hamechusar tzeder also, and she'ein hamechusar tzeder mutal. Let's see Rashi. Look Rashi. Ein tzodin dogim. Afal gav the shchita ve'afiyah u'bishul they are me'ovis melochesei vehutru letzorich Yom Tov taime mishum de'i efshar me'erev Yom Tov. The shchita chayesh lehem michmar b'Yisrael penis chame ve'yasriach. That means he's scared that maybe the meat will go off. Aval tzeder efshar letzudoi mi'boid yoim ve'enichenu mitzudosoi b'mayim. Put a small bucket with water. Velo yomu, so lemachor yiklu. Tomorrow you can come and take it. So this is the biggest sort of Rashi, as we said. Right? That's the biggest sort of Rashi. What we said that the Isur of tzeder and Yom Tov is, and that's the klal of Rashi always, that the Isur from Lisha ve'elach is because anything you can do before from Erev Yom Tov will be also to do on Yom Tov. These things you actually could do before Yom Tov. We're just going to mention Nochamol, yeah? This is big Yisoidus from the Toises, what we learned in Daf Gimel, what the Toises says, that the Nesanel from Kinoish, right? What we kind of said, that we learned out from the Hekesh, of Shmarte Mesa Matzois, Achasher Yochel, Chol Nefesh Smuchim. From when you're allowed to come and to cook Oichel Nefesh, Achasher Yochel, Chol Nefesh, that's only from Ushmarte Mesa Matzois, when you have to do Shmira on the Matzois. Yeah, the Shmira, you have to make sure it's from the Machnes. Bivrim, Dr. Rashi, Bivrim, Shel Dogimein, Breicho Shel Main, Shekoirin, Viber, Bivrim, Shechayo, Kalfipois, Mukofis, Geder, Sovi, that means Kalfipois means just an empty space that has a fence around. The coins that are Chayois, Habar, the Yoldois, Umegadlois, Shom. The Rashi comes and says, Chayois, Habar, wild. What about domestic animals? What's called Chayois Bais, not Chayois Habar, or Chayot Mevuyatot, domestic animals. Oh, what's about this? So Rashi over here says only Chayes Abad. Oh, so they don't need them. We see it's a whole suge later. Ve'ein noistis of Rashi. Lifnei hadogim ezoinos. Afilu leman domar nefesh be'imo b'mashma. Right? We learned before in the Daf Palev. Amachloikes Rabbi Yossi Aglili and Rabbi Akiva. If lochem, what we learned, comes in mind lochem ve'loi leklovim, or lochem ve'loi le oidei kechovim. Now, lefi Rabbi Yossi Aglili, as we said, lochem ve'lo ile oidei kechovim, but leklovim you're allowed. Why? Because this is including of the nefesh. Oichel nefesh, you're allowed to. Achasher you also lechol nefesh, and the beim is also nefesh. Umake beim, right? נפש ישלמנו, וגם בבהמה רילן. עד מילה מזוינוס הולך, אבל דוגים אפשר להם בלוי מזוינוס, שהם אוכלים משורשי הסורי וקרקע וגודל אוכל אסקופים. That means fish, they eat each other. That's why they can always manage. אבל צודין חיה ואויב, המכונוסים מאתמול כוסר כדאי, תוך אשר כיוון דמוקופים קודר, אבל הוא כניצוי ניבויני, אבל דוגים לשמוט לי לחויר ולסדוקים, ואבי יצא ביום. ונויסי לפני מזוינס, ומאה החויר צריכים מזוינס, ואבי מאה קיץ, ומאקו דריסס בני אדם, שאין הסובים אוילים בו, they also need thing, as we said, זה הכלל, כל המחוסר ציידר אוסר, שאין המחוסר ציידר מותר, זה רש"י, דף חותן עומד א', המחוסר ציידר שצורך לצודי. That's called מחוסר ציידר. So we learned over in the Mishnah that ain't tzodin dogim in a bivrim be Yom Tev. So we see in the Mishnah that what there's a Isser Tzeder in Yom Tev, and therefore you cannot be tzad dogim chayos oifos. Again, chayos oifos that they're not nitzoidim mivoid yoim. And the Rishonim fragen a große Shaila. And now we're going to come back to the Yesod of the old time we mentioned because that's the Iker of Masechet Beitza. Why? Say there's also the Choyre say there's Oichel Nefesh. Oichel Nefesh is mutar beyond. What's the difference? Bishul, Shchite, that's mutar, right? That's Oichel Nefesh. Another Shaila the Rishonim asked, we're going to go back to Daf Gimel Amud Aleph. We learned over there that Meleches Ktsira is also beyond, right? Ktsira is also beyond, right? Because you're not allowed to come and do Beitza Shenol Leviot Lefi, right? Rav Nachman Rav Yosef Otu Peros Anoishrim or Mashi Shezovu. Peros Anoishrim. What's the problem? Peros Anoishrim. Shemo Ya'ale Ve'itlush. What's the problem? Ya'ale Ve'itlush. What's the problem? Chovid Yom Tov. Fresh fruit. So why you're not allowed to do Ktsira in Yom Tov? It's a Tzorich Oichel Nefesh. What's the difference? The Shchita, Bishul, that's allowed. So Rashi says that Melach Oichel Nefesh Nochamol is mutar only Bishul and Afiyah, because if you're going to come and cook or bake on Erev Yom Tov, it might come and go up. So anything you can do from Erev Yom Tov, yeah, so it's mutar. And this we saw Rashi the Chol Echader, Rashi in Yudal the basis before that one, and also the reason is because you're not allowed to come and do Tchine, right? To come and to crush wheat on Yom Tov. Why? Because Efsham Yiboid Yom. Why you're not allowed to do Ktsira? Says the Rishon in the Rashi. Very good. Efsham Yiboid Yom. That is Shitas Rashi. Rashi, Gimel Amud Aleph, you're not allowed to do Ktsira, is Midoi Raise. At this thing is Midoi Raise. Oh, so you see, oh, that's why the Rambam. Let's go to the Rambam. The Rambam, Ilchos Yom Tov, Perek Aleph, Halacha Hey. The Rambam says, very similar to Shitas Rashi. Very similar to Shitas Rashi, that Meloche, She'efsham Yiboid Yom, is also B'Yom Tov. Just what the Rambam comes and says, that this is also Midei Rabbanon. This is the difference. Rashi learned that it's Midei Raise, as is Mashma in Rashi in Gimel Amud Aleph, and also in Toysa Megillah of Zayin Amud Beis Mashma he learned in Rashi it's also Midei Raise. The Rambam learned it's Midei Rabbanon. Why? Because the Rambam says Kol Melocha she'efshar lo li'oso is me'erev Yom Tov velo yeh bo efsed velo yichison im na'ases mi bo erev, says the Rambam, osru chachomim, no hamol, osru chachomim las oiso be-Yom Tov. The Rambam comes and says befurish, osru chachomim las oiso be-Yom Tov, af al pi shehi letzorich achile, velo mo osru, says the Rambam, gzeira shemiyaniach odo meleches she'efshar melochi she'efshar la'asoison me'erev Yom Tov, and nimtzo oison be-Yom Tov, and Ebsazoi comes, the Rambam says that he's going to come and do it on Yom Tov, and ve'imna misimchas Yom Tov velo yefnai le'echol ve'lishtos. As we talk the Rambam. So the Rambam learns based on the Rashi just as an afkamina if it's the Raisa or the Rabbon. Shitas at Toises, again, what we mentioned just a minute ago, and Toises in Gimel Amud Aleph, and Toises also over here, Lefi the Yerushalmi. Toises brings us over here in the thing, right? Nearly, Papyrus Rach Mekino, Shapirus Le'el, Bishul the Domi Lektsire. Toises also on the end of Toises. That's what we learned it out from Ushmart and Misamatzit. You're not allowed to do Meloches only Milisha Veila. But before Lisha, like Ketzire, you're not allowed to do all because of Droshe, that Ach, can't say Ach Asher Yochel Chol Nefesh. Ach is a mute. You can't say Mamaet, Lisha, that is also going to be, oh sorry, Ketzire, that is going to be also. Yeah. Now, Ketzire is also, what about Seder? So Toysa says himself both over here, Seder doime lektzira. Both Toysa talked over here. ואין לחלק בו יפנן בין אשר לעשות בערב יום דלאי אפשר, אלא דק מכשיר יש לחלק, כפירוש רח מכיר שפירוש לאל, משום דדומה לקצירה. So Avol Toysus says over here the last few words in Toysus ain't Tzodim. But what? That this is Doime, right? Say there's Doime Lektzira. So the feature Toysus, right? The Shitas of Toysus, the Torah was matir only melochas that are similar to Oichel Nefesh, and not melochas what are not like Oichel Nefesh. Okay, this is the fourth Shita, that's the Shitas Ramban. Shitas Ramban, the Ramban in the first Shita, the Ramban brings himself two different Shitas. The Ramban says that the melochas, like Tzira and Tzeda is a doiraisa, also a doiraisa. That not all of the melachas are mutar yom tov. Just what? He says, hechsher ma'acholim. For example, they eat it, afiyah, bilshul, anything kayoytzabot, but they come to do Tzeda, but Bali Chayda are not in the reshus of the person. Yeah, not in the reshus of the person. That's why Chayo Sabar, as Rashi says, and also to come to be oiker dovo migiduloi, for example, Ktsire, and anything that was the totus of Ktsire is going to be also to come and to do on Yom Tov. That's the Ramban. Okay.
Sorry. What did we just say? You said before that you asked that if it's like Earth on Nefesh, what is wrong with going to pick off an apple? And you said, what was wrong with it? It was Earth on Nefesh. What was the answer? You said, what's the big deal? He goes to a tree, wants a fresh apple. He doesn't want to pick it Erev Yom Tov. He wants it on Yom Tov. He like Shechita. He wants fresh meat, so he wants a fresh apple. So he waits till Yom Tov. He knows he wants to go pick it fresh on Yom Tov. But what was the issue there?
Efshala, so some Erev Yom Tov is not going to be a big enough gemina. That's what Rashi understands.
Yeah, but the taste wouldn't be the same. Like Rashi said, so something you want to do, you do the same thing to do it on Yom Tov. What tastes better?
So,
like meat.
Lemaise, from what we just spoke now, there's three different shitas, right? In the melacha of Oichel Nefesh, Efshala, so in Boid Yoim. Rashi says it's also with the Reise, and that's why Toysus Megillah of Zayin with base. The Rambam says it's also with the Rabbanon, and actually there's a Toysus in Shabbos Daf Tzadikei, says also with the Rabbanon. There's the Shita of Toysus, the Ramban, that also with the Rabbanon is mutter. Ledine, from the Shulchan Aruch in Tov Tzadikei, Seif Aleph is mashma that they're alt, that is mutter.
So when the children look at them and say, "Oh, I've got a munch,"
Hey,
that's all.
And it's going to be mutter. Don't
turn them.
Over the Ramah.
I'm not tipping it.
The Ramah is machmir, and he says he's machmir. But in the Ramah we don't see if he yassels with the Reis or only with the Rabbanon. So the Mishtabur, the Sharatzion, Ayin Shom, that the Isra is only with the Rabbanon. And again, why? Because there's also a fresh, as Stevie speaks about over there. But look at the Ramah over there with the Noise Kelim and the Mishtabur and the Sharatzion, Simen Tov Tzadikei Seif Aleph. Ayin Shom. Okay. Zog the Gemara. Let's start the Gemara. We're going to see later on. We're going to go back to your question. Zog the Gemara. Ureminu. We learned in the Mishnah that ain't Tzodim Dogim in a Bivrim. As we said, Bivrim are small ponds where they come and they especially for fish, where they grow with the fish. Ureminu. Bivrin shel Chayo veshel Oipois. Ain't Tzodim men beyom tev. Ve'ein noisin ifnei mezoinos. So what's the shverkeit of a kashe chaya kashe oifis? Why? Because what we learned in our Mishnah, that what bivrin shel chaya you're allowed to come, right? And mezoinos to chaya you're allowed to give them mezoinos. And over here, what do we learn? At chaya v'shel oifis ain't tzodim beyom tev. And by us we learned in the Mishnah that what you can. And ve'ein noisin ifnei mezoinos. And by us in the Mishnah we learned you can't give them mezoinos. So kashe chaya kashe is oifis. Says the Gemara, Bishlo Mechaya Chaya Lo Yikashe, or Rav Yude or Rabbon. That's none. Rav Yude Omer. Hatzad Tzipoir LeMigdol, Utzvi LeBais, Chayim. It's going to be Chayim. Now let's be medayek in this brayse, right? In this Mishnah, what Rav Yude comes says, LeBais Hu de Mechayim, Avo LeBivrin Loi. Davke if someone comes and he's doing the tzeder, right? He's hunting this antelope into the house, then it will be high. Well, if it's a bivrin, as we said, bivrin is empty space that just is, it is a fence around it. It's not going to be high. Vechachom אומרים, ציפור למגדול, וצבי לגינו, ולחוצר לבivrin, all of them are going to be high. No, so רגע, לפי חכמים, הצבי לגינו, חוצר בivrin, is going to be potul. Now, Lefi Rabbi Yehuda, it's going to be chayiv. So in our Mishnah, what says over there, Bivri shechayiv sheloifos ain't sodim emeyontem, goes Lefi Rabbi Yehuda, who's machmir bechayin oifos afilu lechotzer lebivrin. It's going to be also dafke lebais. It's going to be mutar if it was nitzoy the way the Rabbi Yontem. Eloifos oifos kashya. V'chitei me'onam eloi kashya. You can tell me how bebiver mekure or bebiver she'inoi mekure. That means the beaver mekure there's a isol. Or the beaver she'inoi mekure is no isol because it can come and fly. Mekure means there's a roof on top. So still the question why? Ve'hobais the beaver mekure domi ubein leRabbi Yehuda ubein leRabbanon tzipor lemigdol in. Or belebais loy. That means it's still schwer. Why? Because the beaver mekure is like a bais. Because the bais always have a roof. And leRabbi Yehuda and leRabbanon, we both said that the tzipor lemigdol he's gonna be chayev, right? But it sounds the tzipor lebais, he's not going to be chayev. Omar Rabbi Baravune, oche betzipor droiras kinen she'eino mekabeles marus. That means that this tzipor droir, it doesn't come and get any authority. That means you can't come and control it. You can't come and control it even in the house, and that's why it's called Seder. Even in the house, it's going to be called Seder. The Tane, the Bei Rabbi Shmuel, lo moniko shmo tzipor droir. Shedoro bevais ke besoda. The same like in the soda. That means it's very difficult to come to get control on, and that's why afilo in the bais will be over there. The iso tzeda. Says the Gemara, Ash the osis leoche. Chaya chaya namelo ikashe. Why? I can tell you, hobe beaver cotton. Then it's gonna be bottle because it's already you could control it inside of beaver cotton, right? Hobe beaver godel. Says the Gemara explains this there. When he runs after it, that means he just has to jump once and he could get it. That's called a beaver cotton. Anywhere that he has to come in to start a chase in the beaver, yeah, in the beaver, he has to come in this cage. He has to come and chase after the animal, and he can't come and just get it in one step, in one jump. He can't get it. He has to actually do 2 steps, 2 jumps. That's called the beaver godel, and will be also to do the Seder in Yom Tov. Inami, koleicha de ike ukze. That means there's over there corners, and the animals could come and run over there to these corners. That's called a beaver godel. Veidach, beaver cotton. That means the sides over there that they could come and you have to chase after them to the corner, and that's going to be Nochamol Seder. In the beaver itself, it's going to be called Seder. Shem Gamliel Loimer, Loi Kol HaBivrin Shovin. Just what? Everyone is different. As we said, there's a beaver godel, a beaver cotton. Omar Aviv, Omar Rabbi Yehuda, Omar Shmuel, Aloche, Kerab Shimon ben Gamliel, like Rab Shimon Gamliel. Says the Gemara. Omar Lei Abayas. Abayas tells Rav Yosef, by this you're telling us that the halacha is like Rab Shimon Gamliel, halacha michlal de pliga. And if you have to tell me that the halacha is Rab Shimon Gamliel, that means the Tanakama who disagrees on him. Omar Lei, so Rav Yosef tells them, Umay nafkamine. What's an nafkamine if they have a machlokes or not? You know that is the halacha. Once you know that this is the halacha, my nafkamine. You know the halacha, that's it, right? And this is a lot of people are saying you should learn. So once I know the halacha, that's the shot. Once I know that the halacha is, that's the halacha. Why do I have to learn the Gemara? And just open up the Shavua and learn Shulchan Aruch, and that's it. You don't know anything else because you know that that's the halacha. That's what he's asking him. Omar lei, umay nafkeloch mina. If there's a machlokes, there's no machlokes. Once you pass like Rab Shimon ben Gamliel, that lo yikol habivrin shovin, and there's a beaver godel, you could not do Seder and Yom Tov only in a beaver cotton. Omar lei. So he comes and he tells them, Gemore, Gemoyer, Zmor Tetehei. This is a moshel. There's a parable where he comes and tells them, this is like a moshel of, as Rashi comes and says, it's a moshel of shoitim, of stupid people, of shoitim, says this moshel. The shoiter says, I'm interested to know if they have a machlokes, why? Because if I will know, if I will know the halacha that my learning shouldn't be just like what the shoitim say, that he doesn't know the comment, the notice between what's emes and what's not emes. So that's why he says gemor. Learn your learning without that you should need to come and to notice between what's emes and what's not emes, what's a mistake. It's more to say that it's going to help you. Your learning that you can come and sing it. You come and sing it. That's what I'm saying. If you're learning just Gemara, without understanding the background, it's like just a song. That's nothing. But from Rashi, it's much more nice. From Rashi, it's not so fakir. It's going to help you for your learning that you can come and sing it, as we said, right? That's fakir. That's the biggest smile of Gemara, the biggest smile of the learning. Lomazan Rashi. But Rashi, Hatzat Tzipor on the Gemara. Min achutz. Ad shechnisa lemigdol. That means he's not taking it from the house. He's taking it from the me'almen, putting it into over there, this cupboard. Shekoyim mitchel. Or yatzat tzim min achutz. Ad shechnisa lebayis v'shabes. Chayim. Why? The kevan deichli tzipor lemigdol. V'noa lefonom arei ochus ve'oimen. בגמור ובניגמר רוצה ידוסי וכן צי לבייס ונועל בפונוב אבל ציפור שהכניס לבייס ונועל בפונוב פוטו שדרך הלוי נויס ואין כאן ציידר שהכניס בין החוץ לביבר ונועל לפונוב אין זאת ציידר. why? Because it's not ניצוית ואוימן. Tzeder is only something that's ניצוית ואוימן. Now once I come and put them into this cage I straight away could grab onto him. But if the stage is a huge stage it's not going to help me anything. Okay, now I still going to need to do tzeder. וחכמים אומרים ציפור למגדל יצא דוסוי, כאשר אמרת, אבל צבי אין צורך עד שיכניסנו לבייס, דאף לגינו, לחוצר ולביבר, אבל ציידה. Why? Because it's easier now to get him. ומסליסי דקטן את צודים מן הביברים ביום טב, רבונו נדאמרים משניחס לביבר וניצא דוי מדובייס רב יהודה. אלוהי פסקשת, דו כולו מוידד אין צי דוסה אפילו לבייס. There's a difference. מקורה שיש לו יגאי. And hocha dektani gabit Shabbos tzipor lemigdal v'lo lebayis. It's talking about a tzipor droyer. Tzipor droyer, even in the house, it's very hard to control him. שדורו בבייס כבסוד שיודש להישומת בזוביו יסבייס לכל צד, ולכן נקרס דרויר על שם דירה של דורו בכל מוקם. אש דוסית לאוכל דאויפיס האויפיס לא יקושו הדודה ולא ידחיק אלוהוק ממסיסי לפלוגתא לתנוי חיה נמי לא יתוק מקתנוי אלא תרוויו כרבונון. ומסליסין בביו קוטון. And therefore, it's going to be also to come and to collect them from the beaver. וכן העיד שבס וברייס, דקטני אין צודין, בביבר גודוי ויש לו להישומת, רב שירי גמליאל, אבל בביבר קוטן פוליג, אם צריך לומר, אם צריך ליבוא ליצודה, אי נמי, או להפלוגה, או אלו לפירושה, כזה כמון, אז we can see that רב שירי גמליאל doesn't have a מחלוקת. בחד שחיה, בפעם אחת, הוא שויכה עולו, that means he jumps once, ואין לו להישומת ממנו, and the chaya cannot come and escape. Ukce, Zovios, corners. The nafle tule de kos le'adoda, meroi kotnoi ve'kotzoi. Haloche, Michlal de plige, Rabban alei le'meima, kol abim rishovim, bitmi evo, ikminu v'yo kotn mishum de nitzot vo'imet, mainaf kimine, yamina haloche kirel shekin, de iloi plige il chasei, what I care what the machloikes. Zaloche. Omar lei gmoer, וזמור תתאי. מושל שויטימו, כמו זבוין וזיבין, תגרה אקרה. כך גמור, אוימר תלמיד שויטה, למויד הין אמס, הין שיבוש, ויהיה לכו לזמר ושיר. Learn also the right thing and also the wrong thing. That means also what's ongenommen la'aloche and also what's not ongenommen la'aloche, because by learning both of them, you're going to come and get the MS to get the better davone in the halacha itself. Okay. Zog die Gemara weiter. We learned in the Mishnah. זה הכלל, כל המחוסר ציידה וכולי. זוג די גמור. איך דומה מחוסר ציידה? Was is מחוסר ציידה? What is מחוסר ציידה? אומר רב יוסף, אומר רב יהודה, אומר שמואל. כל שאומר, הווי מצודה ונצודנו. Anything what you have to come and say, okay, let's go now to do the tzeidah. That means I can't get it straight away. אומר לי, אביי, בו אבוזין ותרנגולים, דוס אין שכם, שאומרים, הווי מצודה ונצודנו. אין אף על פי כן, should be לכוירת tzeidah. ותניה, we learned in the Brayse, הצד אבוזין ותרנגולים, ויויני הדריסויס. פוטו, יויני הדריסויס is, or hadarianus, yeah, so the other day, birds, what's called yoina dirsois. It's going to be potu. It's mechusar tzeidah, because we said that anything what you say, hovei tzeidah metzuda v'netzdenu, it's called a tzeidah. And over you say hovei metzuda v'netzdenu. Says the Gemara, Omar Rabbe Baravune, Omar Shmuel Alolu boin lekluvan le'erev. They anyway come back to the chicken coop. They go back into the into the tzeidah anyway at night. They Alolu ein boin lekluvan le'erev. By the Gemara, Yoine Shoivach, Yoine Aliyah, the boy Liklum on Lere, Vetania Atzad, Yoine Shoivach, Yoine Aliyah, Vitzipoiri, Shekirinu, Vetfichin, Bebirois Chayev. It means, Fichin and Bebirois means small huts. So they come and they're going to be chayiv, and they come back every evening. And he said that if they come back every evening, it's not going to be a problem to say that. Elo says the Gemara, I'm going to tell you a different teretz. Omar Rabbi Bar Avuna, Omar Shmuel, halolu boy lekluv le'erev umezoy noison alecha. That means the goose and the chickens. Halolu boy lekluv le'erev ve'ein mezoy noison alecha. That means these birds, you don't have to. They go and they collect the whole day food from everywhere. You don't have to feed them. Rav Mori Omar, ane avide leribuye ve'ane lo avide leribuye. Means these avide leribuye ve'ane lo avide leribuye. In the yoinim itself, the avide leribuye, the sword. Once they come, there's a new can, they fly away. Fly away. All of them are going to come and fertilize, right? Everyone over there comes and there's this rabbit. It says the Gemara means that they stay over there in the klum. That means the goose and the chicken. There's more chickens, there's more chicks who come out. They all live in the. Look, Rashi. Rashi דיבור המסחיל, עובי מצודו, כלוי מה שצריך לבקש תחבולו לטובסוי, והיינו שיעור הדביבר גודוין, דלאל, ואידוך ביבר קוטן, ורבשי, שערינו לאל, בכל השיעור, ורבי יוסף באי שיעור, הדריסויס על שם מקוימם ישרים, השם הורדוס, ואין הגדלים בבתים. כלום כל שמכאן בוי כמוי כלום מולי אויף, אבוזים את הנגוילים בוי לערב לכלום, ונח לטויסון שם. אילקח, הרי כן יצא לבואים, דאומות על הצודן אפילו חוץ לכלובם, because eventually if you want to come and do it in the klub. יוינה שויבה ויוינה עליה, יוינה הבר. Hey, the shotting for that means they fly. Shotting means they fly and they eat outside. But Pichu Viro is Goras, boy packing noise with Hoimos, Habiros, and McDonald, Lekan and Shov. It's about like small boxes where they come and they live with them. So there's a lot of Ilka Kerei, my Hasimus, you have the Ribuya, Yoin, the Shoiva, Hasuli, Shomet, the Libra, they name Adam. The Kluvan comrade, the Ribuya, Poikin, at Kino, but Circle Alice, and we come from Nishmot, Menu, Vayor. Means when you come to the you're trying to get them, that means when you're trying to get them, they have to run after them to get them. The shake and the chickens, they run into the chicken coop. But there, it's very easy to get hold of them. What we learned beforehand, Legabe, right? So what we saw over here, what's Mechusar Tzeder? What's Mechusar Tzeder? We learned now in the Kol Shoimer, that's the cloud. Kol Shoimer, Hovi Metzuda Venetzudenu. Right, that's the gather of Tzeder. That's what comes out of this sugya. The Gemara before we saw Oshio, right? The Motelei Bechad Shachye. What is the Motelei Bechad Shachye? If you can come in one step, one jump, one, and over here the Gemara comes brings a different shiur of Hovi Metzuda Venetzudenu. Right? So it's the same shiur or not? It's not the same shiur. Bechad Shachye is much less than Hove Metzuda Venetzudenu. If a person has to jump twice to get to the animal, that's called, he's going to come and tell his friend Hove Metzuda Venetzudenu. No. So what's the shiur? So in the Seifek Eimek Bocher of Pomeranchik, and over there he brings a steer in the Rambam. Very interesting steer in the Rambam. Ilchoi Shabbos and Ilchoi Yom Tov. The Rambam and Ilchoi Shabbos, Perek Yud Aloch Yutes. The Rambam comes and says, the small shiur. That means Chat Shachye. The person has to jump more than Chat Shachye. That is called already Seder. And Ilchos Yom Tov, and Perek Beitza Aloch Zayin, bring the Rambam the shiur of Hove Metzuda Venetzudenu, the bigger shiur. Now in Shabbos we answered both of the shiurim in Seder. Why we're not matir both of them in Yom Tov? Why we're matir only the small one and not the big one? So the Eimek Bocher brings to the Rambam a new reason. Why a new reason? Very interesting. A new reason why we don't do Tzeder in Yom Tov. Even though it's Oichel Nefesh, we can go back to what we spoke before. Even though it's Oichel Nefesh. Right? So we saw in Toises, of given a base in Sodin, and we mentioned in the Rambam. Okay. But the Rambam comes and says, he brings to the Rambam, in Perek Chof, Aloche Zayin. The Rambam comes and says, in Ilchos Yom Tov, in Ilchos Yom Tov, the Rambam comes in the beginning of it, I think it's the Kalef, the Rambam sagt das so. Isur Tzeder in Yom Tov is mitzad muktzeh. Mitzad muktzeh. Und sagt das. Isur Tzeder in Yom Tov is mitzad muktzeh. Sagt der Woche, the is beautiful. Very good. That's why Shiur Godel, a person didn't think about it. What is muktzeh? Again, let's go back to muktzeh. We say Haktzoe, set aside, designated. right? He kept it off his mind. That is muktzeh. He was maktzeh to something else. When a person is maktzeh to something else, when he says hovei metzuda v'netzudenu, right? When it's a bigger shield, and that's why in Ichos Yom Tov the Rambam brings davke the big shield. A person didn't think about it. Erev Yom Tov, it's muktzeh. It's also in Yom Tov, but right in the small shield, a person thought about it. It's not muktzeh, and that's why it's going to be with the Masechet and Shabbos. Masechet and Shabbos. This is Yisur of Tzeidah, right? One of the Lamadas Malachas, Tzeidah, and that's why even the smaller shield at the not mitzad muktzeh will still be also. Yeah. Very geschmack. There's also okay. Shall about it? Okay. In the Din, just the last thing what we're speaking about, Legabe Tzeidah. So, what's the in the? I just want to manage a few words because we learned now we talking about Ein Tzodin. So just as also should be like a bit of a akdome and also Bichlal in the definition of Meleches Tzeidah. In the Gedar Melech Tzeidah, there's a Chakira. Interesting Chakira, what's going to come. I just bring in the Chakira to bring out the ideas. What is the Gedar, the definition of Melech Tzeidah? What's the problem Melech Tzeidah? Melech Tzeidah is that I taking away the freedom of the animal. I don't know exactly how to think. I'm taking away the freedom of the animal. Or maybe the pshat is the Melocha, what I'm coming and I'm shoilet on the animal now. I'm bringing the animal under my reshus. Could be enough communities about this. Now, so let's start first of all, yeah? Or I'm taking away the freedom of the animal, or that I'm bringing the animal under my reshus. What's enough community? So we saw now in the Gemara, right? What's the Gemara in the Gemara's mashma? The Gemara's mashma that the melocha is only when the person come and take it into his reshus. Why? The Gemara says that the Isur Tzeidah is only when he brings it into a place that what is Mechusar Tzeidah. The Gemara says, Kol Eichet Deroid Basrei, right? The Lashon Gemara, Kol Eichet Deroid Basrei, and Umotle Bechat Shachye, that's called a beaver cotton. Now, if we can say that the Tzeidah is taking away the freedom of the animal, why it depends if you can come and chap it, if it's a beaver godel or beaver cotton, you're taking away the freedom of the animal also in a beaver godel. It's hunted, right? If you go to a zoo and you give them a big space, yeah, you go to a zoo today, right? They have a big cages. You go to a zoo, right? The Minag Yisrael to go to the zoo on yeah, to visit the monkeys, the place, yeah. Like with Rabbi Barega was a place was shot them, okay. But you go to the thing, you see over there, there's big thing. The animal is free? Not really. You took away his freedom, yeah. We can call it chayus, chagachayus. Yeah, you took away his freedom. Masechet, it's not on you're controlling it. It's not saying that. And the Gemara is mashma. No, it's still going to be a beaver god. It's not called tzeidah. So from the Gemara that we see that we depend on it. That what? That modi lei bechat shachye. It's mashma that what? That it's going to be tachas yodoi, mamish under his hand. So this is Avnei Nezer. This we see in Avnei Nezer and Simen Kuf Peites that he came and he learned that Meleches Tzeidah is different than the rest of the Melochas. Why? Because he said there's the shinui. If the Melocha, right, the way the Melocha happened. But Tzeidah is no difference in the goof of the animal. By the person, there's a shinui. Why? Says Avnei Nezer that the person now got into his reshus something else, another animal. All of the rest of the Melochas, you're changing something. Right? You did the Melocha, Shchita, you changed something in the Melocha. Over you didn't change anything in the Melocha. The person changed. Now he's owning something else. Azay is Masha. And you saw that volume already brought down in the tool, and Simen Shin Pezayan, the tool brings over there that you're not allowed to come and close of their box that has inside flies. Why? Because Tzeidah. Right? That's the tool. But the tool brings he brings on it, right? The tool says, "Nira li she'ein tzarich ledagdek, she'ein hasbuvim nitzoidnim beteva." That's not. They're not really hunted inside this box. Why? The tool says she'in bo. So if a person comes liftoyach hateva velitlom ivrechu, they're all going to run away, and that's why it's not called tzeidah. That means we see from the to that what means Tzeder. Tzeder is what he brings them into his Rashus. By coming and bringing it to the Rashus, right? Right? She'im bo liftoyach hateva litlom ivrechu. That is not called Tzeder because it's not under his Rashus. So, okay. We're gonna think.
So would that mean that that if one has a fly on Shabbos, one can take a cup and put it over the fly, put a piece of paper over it, and then chuck it out the house? Because as soon as you open it, it's going to fly away. According to what that was.
No, exactly. I can tell you something. I don't really want to go so much into it, but there is, if you're mentioning, there is a Reb Chaim. Reb Chaim in Al Rambam, yeah? Chidush Rabbeinu Chaim Alevi, on the Rambam and in Chodesh Shabbos, Perek Yud. It brings over there, the Gemara we learned, the Gemara in Shabbos, yeah? You're allowed to come and to do tzeder. You're allowed to come and to hunt a snake, right? They shouldn't be mazik. Even though it's not mazik, I'm talking about not sakon of the poshes. Why? Because coming and hunting a snake, they shouldn't be mazik, is not called a melacha, because a melacha she'ein tzicha legufa, and it's potter. So this, you going into that the thing, again, Ayin Shom.
Okay.
Rab Shimon, right? Melacha she'ein tzicha legufa is potter, the Rab Shimon, yeah?
Yeah.
And when he's mazik, right, he's not going to the Reb Chaim fragt of them from this Gemara, fragt of the Rambam. The Rambam passed in the din, and the Rambam passed that the Melacha Yitzir Legufa is chayev. The Rambam passed in the din that you're allowed to come and lotzud nochosh, the passing the Rambam over there in the Perek Yud, the Shabbos, that lotzud nochosh, you're allowed to lotzud nochosh, it should be mazik. Why? The Gemara tells us the reason is because Melacha Yitzir Legufa, the potter. We pass like Rab Shimon, that Melacha Yitzir Legufa potter, not like Rab Yudah. Mitzad Sheni, the Rambam passed nochas Melacha Yitzir Legufa, like Rab Yudah. It's chayev. As I fragt Chaim, a steer in Rambam. So the Chaim tells that the Rambam will be out that coming and hunting the snake, it shouldn't be mazik, it's einoi miskaven. And he's potter because not because it's a Melacha Yitzir Legufa, because it's a miskaven. And even though it's a psik reisha, for sure taking it. Because it's the Chaim comes with a big chiddush that the Rambam alta so the Aruch, you know, the famous Aruch, that what? The psik reisha, the loy nichalei, it's motel. It's a psik reisha, the loy nichalei. And over there, the Gilyonis of the Chazonish, we reflect of them why it's a miskaven. Lechoyer is miskaven, for sure is miskaven. He wants to hunt it, right? You're taking over there the cups with the bee inside. So lechoyer it says that's why the Chazonish just agrees on Reb Chaim Ober. And Reisendorf, I think the Muskarov explained already, and his father and Reb Chaim, that what? That the whole yesod of the Melacha is not taking away the freedom of the Baal Chai. Lefi dem take, he has kavone for the Melacha because he wants to take away the freedom of the Baal Chai. Say there is what he brings it on the shlita. And over here that he doesn't have a kavone to bring it under his shlita, right? Just what he wants, it shouldn't be mazikim, it shouldn't bother him. That's called ein miskaven, and that's why it's going to be mutar. Aber if you want iron more in the Chazonish, in Chaim and Simen Nun, Sivkot and Gimel, over there what he comes to explain a little bit different than Reb Chaim, but just you asked, but just as a maramokah we brought it down. Okay.
Sure.
Zog the Mishnah. Let's see the Mishnah right. It's getting late. Zog the Mishnah. Metzudois chayer ve'oif ve'dogim. She'ason me'erev Yom Tov, lo yitoil mehen, that means the one that actually prepared it for the Erev Yom Tov, yeah? Now, on Yom Tov, they got trapped. They got trapped on Yom Tov. He's not allowed to take from there, from the ones that got trapped on Yom Tov, Yom Tov. Ela yiken yoidea, Elveis klar, shenitzoidu me'erev Yom Tov. He knows clear that this became Erev Yom Tov, and we can see over here, Sfeikis, he has a softback, and what a softback. I heard yesterday someone came to me with an interesting shaila that depends on this. We know the Ramopastis that Noisuka becomes also, right? When the Noisuka becomes also, only once the person sat in the sukkah. You sat in the sukkah, the old shaila, if a person drinks water in the sukkah, some water that you're not mechuyev to drink in the sukkah, you drank water, it's better, right, to drink in the sukkah, but if a person drinks water in the sukkah, it's also called the yeshiva that if a person was mazmin, he just came and he designated in his mind that he's going to Hasmon Elav Mitzay, we pass the Gabi Sukkah, it's not going to come into the Noi Sukkah. Now, the time frame of it, he finds the Yom Tov at night, he finds the Noi Sukkah. He has a suffix if it fell before he sat in the Sukkah, and then he's allowed to come to pick it up. It's not Huktzah Mitzvasai, or it said after that. Very similar to our shine over there. Think about it, maybe after the show. Okay. But this is mamish the suffix what we have over here. Yeah, we have a suffix if Eino Yedea, if it was hunted Erev Yontev or after Yontev, or in Erev Yontev or in Yontev. So what's going to be the name? You can see in the more. Umayse benochi echon. She'evi dogim. He bought over there fish. LeRabon Gamliel. Well, Gamliel said, Mutori mein. And she'ein ratzoini lekabel imenu. Ich will nicht nehmen from the goy. Aber be'emes, it's possible. Look, Rashi Mutori mein, b'gmor borich, Mayse Lister, because this was on Yontev. I hate this guy. I don't want to take from him any credit. What the Mishnah said in the beginning? Mishnah said in the beginning that Chayav Oiv that was hunted on Yom Tov, you're not allowed to use on Yom Tov. And then you bring me a Ma'aser from Gamliel, the guy came and bought the fish that was hunted on Yom Tov, and he didn't want to take it, not because it was not allowed, because he hated him. Ma'aser Lister, it breaks the Ma'aser to come to bring and take Pakel. Ma'aser, you bring a Ma'aser to support your Allah, not the Ma'aser Pakel. We're missing a few words in now. Sofek Muchan also Verab Gamliel Matir. I mean, if it's a Sofek Muchan, that means if we said it's a Sofek, if it was from Erev Yom Tov, it's going to be allowed. Rab Gamliel Matir. And the Gemara brings a Maise for Rab Gamliel that is ourselves. Maise Name Menochi. Echot She'evi Dogim. He bought of their fish. Rab Gamliel V'omar Mutori Meim. Why? Because there was a suffix. He had a suffix when the guy came and collected it. Some goyres this. Aho. Some goyres on Devin. The Tanya. Suffix Muchon. Rab Gamliel Matir. Rabbi Yeshua Oiser. Again, suffix Muchon. And we have a suffix when it was exactly. Omar Rav Yehuda Omar Shmuel. Halacha ke Rabbi Yeshua. That means not ein halacha ke Rabbi Gamliel. Just halacha ke Rabbi Yeshua. That's what a suffix Muchon is going to be also. On a different Breise, steht in der Breise azoi daf auf Dalet Amud Beis. Shoichatin min hanigrin beyontem. Gelat ushech chayes or beimes from the nigrin. Nigrin is a type of bibrin, yeah, a type of a biber. What we spoke in the beginning of the shir of biber is like a fence, like a certain cage, That's nigrin. Gelat ushech from the nigrin in Yom Tov. Avol loy min hareshotos or min hamachmoiros. Not min hareshotos and machmoiros. That means it's again reshotos machmoiros. It's a little bit of a larger space. It's like more of what we called before a biver godel. Rab Shimon ben Elazar oimer bo metzon mekulkoli me'erev Yom Tov beyodua she'me'erev Yom Tov nitzoidu and umutorim. That means if he finds them over there, where he finds them mekulkoli me'erev Yom Tov. So beyodua she'me'erev Yom Tov nitzoidu umutorim. You're allowed to come. Bo metzon mekulkoli. That means mekulkoli means that they are trapped. Yeah. Beyom Tov beyodua. Shebeyom Tov nitzoidu ve'asurim. Find the Gemara. Hogu fekashe. Why? The Gemara explains. Amres bo metzon mekulkolin when me'erev Yom Tov beyodua she'me'erev Yom Tov nitzoidu. Right. So that's why it's going to be mutar. Taime de bo metzon mekulkolin. Dafke when he came Erev Yom Tov and he find already that they were trapped in Erev Yom Tov, so therefore he knows that they were trapped in Erev Yom Tov. He's allowed to. Over what if he has a suffix? He doesn't know for sure that they were trapped in Erev Yom Tov. What's going to be the deal? What's mashma? Oh, says the Gemara. Gufekashi Amres bo metzon mekulkolin Erev Yom Tov beyodua she'me'erev Yom Tov nitzoidu. Time the bo metzon mekulkolin hos feike asurin. Hey, Masechet. Let's look at the Sefer. Bo metzon mekulkolin beyom Tov beyodua she'me'erev Yom Tov nitzoidu. Then it's going to be also. So Dafke, what's mashma time? The moment someone could call in, therefore it's going to be also. Ober horse fake. What if the person has a doubt? He doesn't know it. What the chasafek? Me'erev Yom Tov nitzoidu. So it's going to be mutar. It's a steer in the price itself. And for the Gemara, ochekoma. And for the Gemara, Omar Rav Yehuda Omar Shmuel. Ochekoma. Bo metzon mekulkolin. Me'erev Yom Tov. Beyodua she'me'erev Yom Tov nitzoidu mutorin, or sveike nase kemisha nitzoidu b'Yom Tov ve'asurin. That means we pass not like Rabbi Gamliel, just like Rabbi Yeshua, that Sofek Muchan will be also.
Excuse me, what is that pshat here? What is the pshat here? The actual pshat here, I don't understand what's happening. If he finds a net which has been dislodged, right? We're saying that the animal was then trapped on Erev Yom Tov, right? So why hasn't he found the animal there? What does it mean that the net is dislodged? I don't understand what's the case. I don't understand
I
it.
can't hear you so clear. You understood this question?
Anybody here? I don't understand.
Yeah.
But a net is dislodged on Erev Yom Tov. If you're going to find a net dislodged on
What
Erev
means dislodged?
moved. A net has been moved. If it's been Kakulkal on Erev Yom Tov,
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
then surely one would find the animal there already. So what's going on here? I don't understand the case. I don't understand it. I don't understand.
No, that's for sure. Pashas muktzeh. It's Pashas because muktzeh.
No. I don't understand the physical how it's happening. Are we saying it's such a large net going for a mile that one end of it has been moved, and therefore we don't know, we haven't seen the animal there? Or surely if it's been moved, then one would see the animal there anyway. So what's the question?
If he knows, that's what we said. Yeah, let's go back to the Mishnah. What the Mishnah says. Mishnah says.
How does he know?
What the Mishnah says. Metzuda is chayav oy v'dogim. She'ason me'erev yontev. Lo yitol me'en be'yontev. Eno yiken yoideya she'nitzoidu me'erev yontev. Right?
Okay, fine.
Now, what's the reason? Oh, so let me explain it. The Rishonim say that the reason why it's also, why? Because muktzeh. What's the muktzeh? Pashas the muktzeh of it's a muktzeh machmas iso. Why? Because the beginning of Yom Tov, you're not allowed to come and do tzeidah, right? As we learned in the previous Mishnah. Muktzeh machmas iso is also. That's the iso. Muktzeh machmas iso is also.
I don't understand the case.
Yeah, but
Does anyone else
what do you
understand?
mean?
I don't understand. I don't understand the physical fact what's
No,
happening.
in Yom Tov, it was tzeidah in Yom Tov. In Yom Tov, it was tzeidah in Yom Tov, so it's going to be us.
Stephen is asking something different. He's asking, how do you know that the Chayim, when we could call him, it's Me'er of Yontif?
Steve is Machavan to Rashi, no? The Rashi's pshat here.
I don't know.
You check it before watching.
I just don't understand what's going on. Quite frankly.
Okay, you're right. Let's see, is Rebeni says, let's see Rashi. Let's see Rashi, not Rashi. Rashi in the Gemara, Meister Lister, Nomedale. Pit mir, der Dabrim, Loimar, Dovo, Mevi, Meister, Achus, Dibor, Rishon. You just know your Meister, then you bring a packet. Sofek Muchan, Kloimar. Vezu Shomarnu, Lo Yidol Memi Sofek, Dainu Sofek Muchan. Vesofek Muktzeh. Veosu. Lam Divra Koili, Elo Pluk, the Rav Gamliel, Rav Yishuai, Lekamo Bishmaiti, Masisi Lo Braise, and this is a Sofek Muchan, and the big shaila by Sofek Muchan, Bechlal. Why it's not a Sofek de Rabbonon, right? What's Sofek Muchan? Sofek Muktzeh. Sofek de Rabbonon Lekule. Why we are machmir over? Why are we passing over here that Sofek Muchan is going to be also? Right? We say Sofek also. Sofek Muchan is also. And the Gemara brings a Chisur Mersere. Sofek Muktzeh is also. Muktzeh is also only with the Rabbonon. Sofek de Rabbonon Lekule. So as we mentioned already, that what? Two big Yesoides. That, as we saw already before, in the Gimel of base, we saw that the Mishnah in the beginning of Masechet Beitza says that Beitza should know the beyond the Asura. Right? As we said, Rav Nachman says because Muktzeh. Rabbi says because Achona the Rabbi. Rabbi Yisrael says because Zerem Mishum Perush HaNoishrim. The more brings of the Bryce that what? That Beitza Sofek, if it was not the beyond them, over Erev Yom Tov, it's also going to be also. So Toys is Shoni comes and says that what? That it's a Kein Doi Raise. Muktzeh is Doi Raise because it's Kein Doi Raise. Kein Doi Raise. So over here also we're going to have to understand that what? It's also Kein Doi Raise, right?
Yeah,
Kein
that's
Doi Raise. Or so this Shaila Rabbi Kiva actually the Shaila in the Mishnah. On the Mishnah. And Rabbi Kiva comes and says, first of all, Lefi Ravashi, what we mentioned in the beginning, right? Ravashi, very good. It's Dover Shesh Matirin. Yesh Matirin. You can come and eat it when Motzi Yontev. Call Dover Shesh Matirin, even in the Rabbono, we go Lechumre. That's not Mefurish over the Ran. The Ran sagt das Mefurish over that Sofek Muktzeh is also because it's Dover Shesh Matirin. Another teretz we can come and say, Sofek Muktzeh, the same swallow the Toys Shoni, that Muktzeh is Kein Doi Reis, and we are Machmir, even the Sveikoi. Yeah. What's the nafkamina? So the Rabbi brings an interesting nafkamina. There's a huge nafkamina between the reasons. He says, what's going to be the deen? Something that's going to go off till the night. We also going to be machmir over in the sofek. If the reason is we are machmir because double sheish to matirin, so Pashat over is not shaykh double sheish to matirin because it's not going to go off till the night, and that's going to be mutar. But if it's because we are machmir because like the Torah is showing that what it's a kein doi raisa, we're going to be machmir even though it's going to go off till the night. Okay, but this is an over here in Rashi. Weiter sagt Rashi, the master law, the other small, the other sofek muchanao, Man the master Masisioma ain't a look the Loy Shachlami Marlock Rabbi Shua. Should the Loitan Rabbi Shua Masisim. Our mission doesn't mean the sheet of Rabbi Shua, our mission means only the sheet of Gamliel. And that's what we said. Ain't a look Rabbi Gamliel. The one that goes to the Braise, or he brings down the sword of Rabbi Shua, he says also a look Rabbi Shua. Dr. Rashi, the Muhammad Schil in Daf Chov Daled on the base. Shoichtim in a nigrin, shoichtim chayes min bivrim, lefi shenitzoidim ve'oimdim, Hashem shoisim shom nigri mayim, that means the charitzei, that means you do over there like small canals of water for them to drink, v'yishchois achayos shom korelei nigri. Avaloi min harashotos, may, meno, motzo chayim, mitzudoso yisofik nitzodei, yisofik nitzodei, etmoil, that's Rabbi Yosef. Now, bo me Rabbi Yosef, Dr. Rashi, lemokoin shoyu prusim, ve'im boirech mil, chatzi mil, ukshechayim no yifeles beroishoi, that means there's over there a small, very long beach, and the Chaya falls in. Yeah, it's very long. The Chaya falls in one side. מתוך שמתפרקס ומסתתקס לא תיס, המצודס מסקלקלו יסקולון, ורוישוי השני ניתק ממוקם שנתקע, וסימנו לו שיש חיה ברויש האחר. That means, this is a simon, he doesn't know for sure, yeah, this what is the simon that what, because it's a very long trap, but when they fall in one place, it's like, it's a long stick that's hold it, and that falls down on the other side. Niskalkelu beyond alcohol, mashma. Shevadai niskalkelu beyond them. Okay, going. Shebotku mishechashechot, the night before, veloi hoyu mekulkolin. Ve'achshov mekulkolin. Ulochaporich, guf mekashe, right? Because you just told me that what mekulkolin is good, mekulkolin is not good. Okay, go see them. Time in the bometzon or sofik also or koma. The kulo chodem insi. Bometzon sheniskalkelu me'erev yontev beyodua she'me'erev yontev nitzoidu. Ve'im yesh lochus ve'lo yimar sheniskalkelu beyontev. What is that? Keep going, Dr. Rashi. Shelo bometzon me'etmoy mekulkolin. Arei keilu yodua she'meyontev nitzoidu. They possible. Halacha Rav Shimon. Yeah, domar sofik muchon also ve'ich the bometzon mekulkolin me'etmoy. We said, yes, this was the Yitzhak Boyai. This is the Gemara about, as we can see. Yeah. So the Gemara weiter. Let's we learned in the Mishnah. Ve'omar mutorinen, right? We saw over there what's the ve'omar mutorinen. This goes on the Maise. What we learned the Maise benochi she'evi dogim lifnei Rabbi Gamliel, right? And Rabbi Gamliel said it's mutorinen. Just what? I don't want to have it because ani soyno, as Rashi said. Look the Gemara. Mutorin lemai. Pavosi das mutar. Rav Omar mutorin lekabel, you're allowed to receive it. Levi Omar mutorin be'achil, you're allowed to appeal to eat it. Omar Rav. Lo oilo mal imna odom atzei beis hamedresh, afilu shoachas. Even 1 minute. Why? The Anove Levi have been a kamei de Rebbe. Ki Omar lo shmaitzer. Me and Levi, yeah, Ram said that me and Levi, we were in front of Rebbe when he said this medrash. Be'ute Omar, and the night he said mutorin be'achila. Be'tzafra Omar, in the morning Rebbe said mutorin lekabel. Hanod have a baby droshe hadrabi. I might say that there was also at night and also by day. So yeah, I heard at night that he said mutorim be'achile, and the morning I heard that what that he said that only mutorim lekabel. So yeah, I heard from Rebbe that he changed his mind. So I also changed my mind. Over Levi, the lo have a baby droshe, he was there only at night. He was not there by day. Loy, that's why a person should always be a mismatch. Don't miss out the shield. One time you think, and what they learned yesterday, you're not going to learn. Right? So that's why you can't miss out the shield, then you have all kinds of pressure, you don't understand what's going on. Because you're missing out. Yeah, okay, but the Dafayim is no problem because anyway, we're learning the same Gemara. We're not learning Chidushim. Meisavei. The Stamazai should be this out. Meisavei. Nochi, Sheevi, Doira Leisol. Afilu Dogim Hamefulomim. That means, the Fulomim means that they have in it a bit of moist. Yeah? Lachim. Ami belaz, Rashi says. Lachim, that's moist. Upeiros b'leyoimon mutorin. Says the Gemara. Bishlam lemando mutorin lekabel shatin. Very good. Elamando mutorin b'achila. Peiros b'leyoimon mishoru b'achila. This b'leyoimon, you just picked it today. You're not allowed to receive it. Okay, it's not going to be muktzeh. But come to eat it today. Says the Gemara. L'taimich to receive you do that. L'taimich b'leyoimon mishoru b'tiltul. It's also muktzeh, right? Or to pay is not muktzeh. How can you come and receive it? Elo bekavre de adime upere de kavshe beyar kaskinen. Let's talk about these type of fish that they have a little bit of red on the right. Nas leichon, Rashi says. Nas leichon, that means under the cheeks. I don't know where it's exactly under the cheeks of the fish, But under the cheeks of the fish, you check over there that they are a bit over there. They still have this blush, this redness. And then you check that that they are very fresh. Let's talk about over here that they are pickled. So this is muchach that they were not on Yom Tov. They already prepared on Erev Yom Tov. Why they call Bnei Yoimon? They are from before Yom Tov. Says the Gemara, Shehein ke'ein Bnei Yoimon. That means they're still fresh, but for sure that they were for sure before Yom Tov. Omar Pope, Ilchase, Nochri Shehevi Doiron LiYisrael BeYom Tov. Im yesh ma'oisei yamin bemechuber also. That means why? Because muktzeh. And even if Rab Shimon, yeah, that muktzeh and mechuber is muktzeh gomur as we learned, right? Right? It's muktzeh gomur. And Rashi comes and adds over here because, right, he didn't come and pick it by himself yesterday. So he's megaladah that he is maktzeh legamri because he didn't pick it legamri, right? He didn't pick it yesterday. So the soil was maktzeh legamri. That's going to be awesome. Ula erev. What means ula erev? So ula erev means when Yom Tov Sheni comes in, yeah? Leil Yom Tov Sheni. Na me'asurin b'chdei sheyasu. What means b'chdei sheyasu? You have to wait how long it takes to pick and to bring, and only then it's going to be mutar. Ve'im ein me'oiso yamin b'mechuber. Toichat chum mutar. Toichat chum is going to be mutar. Ober chutz latchum daf chofei medalev. Chutz latchum. It will be also to come and to use it, right? Like anything what's done for a yid by a goy, right? Doch a goy. Something that the Yisrael is not allowed to do on Shabbos, and the goy is doing it for him on Shabbos, so the Yisrael is not allowed to have a noy from it, and this is a takonas chachamim. And the same thing also over here, because the Yisrael cannot come and do it, just the goy is doing it for him, it's going to be also vehabo. That means also the same thing. Vehabo means this doiroy, this present, what the goy is being in chutz tchum for the yid. Vehabo bishvil Yisrael is there. Mutar Yisrael acher to come to use it, even though that the guy done it. Let's say Yisrael. Why? Because the svara is azoy Rashi zok. Because an isur tchumin is not an isur melacha. It's only a takonas chachamim. So chachamim was not machmir for someone else to come to use. Only the one that the nochi came and gave it for him, for that person particular, that person is not allowed to come to use it. Or for a different person, it will be mutar to come and to do it afilu on Yom Tov. Sorry. What Isur Tchumin? Yeah, but the takona for a guy to come and to bring Isur Tchumin, that's only on the Rabbanon. It's only on the Rabbanon. That's it's going to be mutar. Fine. Okay, we're going to stop over here. We're going to stop over here. Omar Rabbe Baravuna Omar Rav Asoichel Amas Hamayim. We're going to see it in the Mat Hashem on Eli. Well, what time? What's the Shabbos? Is 7:42. 42 or it's 42. 22, 42. 22. So it's so late. 22, yeah. 8:40. Modi Shabbos is Mat Hashem 8:40. Okay.
Why would it be also only for that particular Jew that the God is bringing it for? I mean, why him? But then the other guy is okay. It sounds a bit funny. That's okay because the God is bringing it for him, therefore he can't have it, but the other one can.
Chacham made the gzeira. Yeah. So the let's talk about the second. You're right. The Isur Ano v'Melacha from a goy. The Isur Ano v'Melacha of a goy.
Right.
So this is a machloikas Rashi and Toises, right? If we look over in the Gemara, right? Omar Pope Ilchase. I'm going back to that Chov Daled Amud Beis. Omar Pope Ilchase. Nochi shevi doiron leYisrael. Right? Beyom Tov im yesh moiso yamin v'mechuber osu ule'erev name asurim b'chdei sheyasu. Now there's a big machloikas in the Rishonim in this din what we have to come and to wait b'chdei sheyasu. What's the din in Yom Tov Sheni shel Goliois, and the goy brings you fruit in a mechuber. When it was mechuber, there was mechuber in Yom Tov Rishon. Till when you have to wait. It's enough to wait b'chdei sheyasu of Motzei Yom Tov Rishon or b'chdei sheyasu of Motzei Yom Tov Sheni. Yeah. So Rashi over here, you can see Rashi over here. Rashi brings over here, Va'arichas over here. Rashi over here, and the same thing. Rashi and Eru in Daf Lamed Tes Amud Beis. Rashi says that it's allowed miyad b'chdei sheyasu motzei yom tov rishon. And Rashi over here has Arichas to explain what's the reason, because he says based on Yitosh Goliois is only also because Sofik. Maybe the day is Kodesh and tomorrow is Choil, or maybe the day is Choil and tomorrow is Kodesh, right? And therefore, after Bechdei Sheyasu Motza Yom Tov Rishon, you're allowed to be Monachshav. If the first day was Kodesh, so the second day is Choil, you waited when Bechdei Sheyasu. If the second one is Kodesh, Kumtoy that the first day was Choil. It was not done any Melacha Be'isur. Azay Al Rashi. That's the Rashi over here in Be'arichas. Toises over here, Toises comes over here, Nibo Amaskelu La'erev, Asurin also Toises Arichas over here, Toises Oktazoi. That you have to wait Bechdei Sheyasu, you have to wait Bechdei Sheyasu of Motza Yom Tov Sheni. What's the pshat? Rashi told us to be monachshach to be matir. What's the pshat in Toises? So Toises comes and explain that over here there's a very interesting yesod, klal, the yesod of Isur Anoy of a Maise Noch. Isur Anoy of a Maise Noch. If the Isur is because not to have Anoy from a Meleches Yom Tov, it was done on Meleches Yom Tov. Oh, it's a gzeira. It's a gzeira. That you might come and have a noise from a goy, and then you can tell the goy to do for your meloche. And if you're going to be matir for him a meloche, there's a chashad that he's going to come and tell the goy to do lehedya, to do a meloche for him. As I bring Toises. Says Toises that that's the yesod over here, exactly over here. Rashi understood that word of the yesod Isor is because he shouldn't have hanoy from meleches yontem, and therefore motzei yontem mimonachshach is going to be allowed. But the Fitoi says the Isra is because Gzeiro Shemo Yoimar Legoy to come and do for you all the Meloches. And that reason they asked also Bechdei Sheyasu. And if you're allowed to come and you're going to be matter, you still to come and to eat it, there's still a chashash, you're going to come and tell a goy to do for your Meloche. That's a Yasser till Motza Yom Tov Sheni. Because if you're going to be matter Bechdei Sheyasu Motza Yom Tov Rishon, you still have the chashash that you're going to come and tell a goy on Yom Tov Rishon to do for you a Meloche, and you're allowed to do it straight away. Bechdei Sheyasu Motza Yom Tov Rishon. There's many of communities between Rashi and Toises in this Geder Isu of Anoy from a Maise Goy. And just I'm going to bring you one example from the Rosh. The Rosh says, Nafkamine, and this Machloikes, you're allowed to have Anoy from a Maise Goy. It's only thing. So back to Stevie. So he said for this Israel, right, is also. But the different Israel that was not done for him, you're allowed to. The Rashi is that the Rosh brings in Nafkamine. If the Isra Anoy from a Maise Goy is dafke for this, he saw that it was done for him, or it's only or for everyone. The Rashi, that what's the Yisor the Isra here, the Rashi is because not to have Anoy from a Meleches Yom Tov, the them the Isra is going to be anyone. Anyone in the world. The Fitoi said that the Isra is not, you should not come and tell a Goy the Gzeire. Shaloyoimar le Goy, shouldn't come and tell a Goy to do for Meloche. So we asked for this Israel. This is all that was prepared for him. And there's no chashad that you're going to come and tell a goy, right? Because there's no chashad that you're going to come and tell a goy to do a melocha for a different soil. Because as we know the small of ein or the choyde veloy loy. A person doesn't do a chet not for him. But the Beis Yosef in Siman Tov Kuf Tezvov, he brings over there from the smack that even that Erald, like Toises, Ober, Afiloche, it's also for the whole of Klal Yisrael. And the goy proves it from the Toises and our Suge, and that's the way. Yeah. Yeah, fine. Okay, we're gonna have to move the car, so we're gonna have to go.
Thank you.
Good Shabbos.
Good morning.
Shabbos.
Good Shabbos. And good morning.
Good Shabbos.